Good morning, children. Welcome back to lesson 7 of our English Reader First Flight. Today we will do the second part of the lesson, that is Coorg. So let us visit the Coorg, written by Lokesh Abrol, and we will learn more about Coorg, a place, very famous place in the hometown, in our home state of Karnataka. The minute I say Coorg, the first thing it comes into our mind is those beautiful rainforests, the spice gardens, and the coffee estates. So, and we know that Coorg is called as a paradise on earth. So let's see that location and further about Coorg, people of Coorg and their lifestyle. Midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. This land of rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women, and wild creatures. So, between Mysore and Mangalore in the Madikeri district, we have this Coorg. And like I said, it's a paradise on earth. It's as if a small piece of heaven has fallen on this earth. Men of Coorg, known for their martial arts, women are known for their beauty, and there are lots of species of animals that exist there, especially elephants, which are very, very famous, langurs, which are also very famous. Coorg or Kodagu, the smallest district of Karnataka, is home to evergreen forests, rainforests, spices, and coffee plantations. Children, why evergreen rainforests? Because there's a lot of rainfall, right? So evergreen rainforests cover 30% of this district. During the monsoons, it pours enough to keep many visitors away. So monsoon, rainy season is not a very good season to visit Coorg. The season of joy commences from September and continues till March, and that's a perfect time to visit Coorg. The weather is perfect with some showers thrown in for good measure. The air breathes of invigorating coffee estates, and colonial bungalows stand tucked under tree canopies in prime corners. So we have fresh coffee smell there, and these coffee estates, colonial bungalows built, that is buildings built during colonial time when English were ruling us. At that time you can see them, and these buildings and all, there are huge trees, and the trees have grown so much, like they have become, their shade is like an umbrella. So that is what means by tree canopies. Under that you find these big bungalows there, and coffee estates from British time it is there. The fiercely independent people of Coorg are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. So, if we want to know the origin, people believe that people of Coorg are not typically from Indian origin, but somewhere their ancestors may have been people from Arab or people from Greece. People of Greece are called Greek, Nana. So let's see Greek origin, why that story goes. As one story goes, a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. These people married amongst the locals, and their culture is apparent in the martial traditions, marriage, and religious rites, which are distinct from the Hindu mainstream. So why people believe that there could be a Greek history connected with them? Because they say that when Alexander the Great, when he visited India, and he was trying to, this is at the time when Mauryan Empire was going, Nana, because you have watched this Chandragupta Maurya and Ashoka serials and all, you must be remembering there. So Chandragupta Maurya time, at that time, and Alexander visited India, or came down to India, not present India, Nana, or ancient India where Pakistan and all was the part of India. So he came till there, and this I am talking about BC times, Nana. And at that time, he wanted to conquer India also, but somehow he didn't cross the Indus River, and he didn't enter into present-day India, Nana. And from there he went back. It is a story that goes around that a part of the Alexander's army somehow entered this end, and they couldn't go back because a lot of other kings were there who were trying to hunt them down, or wars and all. Somehow they escaped out. and they settled here in Coorg, and that is one of the stories. And since they couldn't go back, they stayed here, settled here completely, married the people in this. That's how they say that little bit of Greek heredity is there in the people of Coorg or Kodagu. And where can we see them? If you see their martial traditions, the traditions that are followed during martial arts, now we have this karate and all this comes under martial arts. No. Sorry for that. So there, and then marriage, their religious rites, a lot of customs that we follow during the time of festivals or marriages. When you see them, they are very different from our Hindu traditions. So that's how people believe that somewhere they are similar to that of Greece, people of Greece. So that's how they believe it. There is other theory, Nana. The theory of Arab origin draws support from a long black coat. Can you see it in the picture, Nana? Long black coat. So seeing this dress of long black coat with an embroidered waist belt worn by Kodavus, right, is known as Kupiya. Now you see that long black coat that you have seen, and at the waist region, like where you put the belt, there is an embroidered belt like structure that is worn by people of Kodagu. People of Kodagu are called Kodavus, Nana, and that is called Kupiya. In Arab segments, they have this Kufiya, Nana, and this Kupiya matches a lot. So they say, dressing wise, when they saw, they say that maybe people have come from Arab and somehow Arab region settled down here. So this is our second story based on their costume. First one was based Greek origin story because of traditions, and this one is based on costumes, that is clothes worn. For whatever it is region, let us see the story further. Coorgi homes have a tradition of hospitality, and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and fathers. So Coorgis, again, people of Coorg are called like the Kodavus or Coorgis. Their homes, when you go, they are very hospitable people. They are very nice. They receive us. They make sure that we are happy and comfortable with them. And they tell lots of stories of valor. Valor means of bravery, Nana. And how, remember, they are typically martial men, we said. That is people with that martial arts and all. Typically war, fighting. So there's a lot of stories are there. And when you visit anyone's home, they tell these stories. The Coorg regiment is one of the most decorated of the Indian army. And the first chief of the Indian army, General Cariappa, was a Coorgi. Even now, Kodavus are the only people in India permitted to carry firearms without a license. Right? So they say that the men are genetically or heredity wise, you take, somehow they are into these martial arts and very brave. Lots of stories are about their bravery. In Indian army also we have lot of regiments like Sikh regiment, then we have Gurkha regiments. Similarly, there is a Coorg regiment also, and they say that is highly decorated. When we were doing Nelson Mandela, I told you how army officers and all, when they fight various wars and all, for their braveries, they are decorated with lots of medals and ribbons. So when I say decorated, means they showed bravery. So even Coorg regiment mein lots of officers are decorated with lots of badges and ribbons for their bravery. Children, we all know in general knowledge who is the first chief of Indian army. That is General Cariappa. He is also a Coorgi. That means he is from Coorg, right? And one more thing to be noted is, generally, if you have to carry a firearm, that is, you have to carry a gun or anything, you need to have a license. Now, the government has to give you a permission, a license, and that is important. Whereas in Coorg, especially people of Coorgi origin, because they are by birth, they are into this all. Coorg is one place where the original Coorgis are allowed to carry those guns without any license. The river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forests of Coorg. So here we are coming across one major river of South India, that is Kaveri, which flows through Coorg, and its origin is in this Coorg hills and Coorg forest. Mahasir, a large freshwater fish, abound in these waters. So now we are seeing the wildlife part of it. Mahasir is a freshwater fish. Freshwater fish means nana river water fishes, right? Drink your river water. Last time also I told you river water, pond, lakes. These all are fresh water, nana. Whereas ocean, your seas and all we call them as marine water. So fishes in marine water, fishes in fresh water are different, nana. So Mahasir is a fish of freshwater origin. In the Kaveri river you find a lot of them, and especially Coorg is famous for those fish. Kingfishers dive to for their catch. So kingfishers, we know those birds, and they are there trying to catch this fish and eat. While squirrels and langurs drop partially eaten fruit for the mischief of enjoying the splash and the ripple effect in the clear water. And you see on the banks of these river, where the river is flowing, on those trees, because a lot of greenery is there, no beta. So on those trees you will find lots of squirrels, udta, right? And then langur. Langur, you know, those monkeys. And you find them that they are biting the fruits of the trees, and accidentally these fruits fall into the water. That is the beauty of Coorg, nana. So everywhere greenery. Elephants enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the river by their mahots. You know, mahots are those people who ride the elephant, take care of the elephant. And you find these mahots sitting on the elephant, taking those elephants to the river and giving them bath, nana. Especially near Madikeri, you have a resort where typically people go and visit there because they get a chance to bathe these wild elephants, nana. Anytime you get a chance, you can go and visit, nana. The most laid back individuals become converts to the life of high energy adventure with river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing and mountain biking. So apart from this trekking where you can travel through these rainforest and all, or and see this river and enjoy the greenery there, people who are into adventure sports, nana, right, and thrill, they want those thrill and all, they also visit Coorg. For what? There is a lot of river rafting happening, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing and mountain biking is done here at Coorg. Numerous walking trails in this region are a favorite with trekkers. Like I said, usually people who love to go for trekking, who wants to visit a lot of coffee plantations, trek through this rainforest, who wants to go and enjoy these nature scenic segments, or even people who want to enjoy high energy adventure sports. For all of them, one destination is Coorg. Birds, bees and butterflies are there to give you company. Macaws, Malabar squirrels, langurs and slender lories keep a watchful eye from the tree canopies. You see how many kind of wild animals are there. I do, however, prefer to step aside for wild elephants. So writer says all these are good, I would watch them, but if there is a wild elephant, I would like to stand on one side because now the road belongs to the elephants. The climb to the Brahmagiri hills brings you into panoramic view of the entire misty landscape of Coorg. So we have seen river Krishna there. Now we river Kaveri there. Now we are seeing the hills. What hills are there? Brahmagiri hills. So if you are able to climb the Brahmagiri hills and stand there, you can see entire beautiful Coorg in one view. A walk across the rope bridge leads to 64-acre island of Nisargadama. Nisargadama is island, nana, and you have to, there is a bridge, nana, but that is made of rope. You have to cross that, and there is this island, and which is also very famous. Running into Buddhist monks from India's largest Tibetan settlement at nearby Bailakuppe is a bonus. And one more thing is, apart from this island, apart from those wild animals, apart from this trekking and adventure sports, apart from scenic beauty, there are, like I told, na, this on the way to Madikeri, there is this resort. That segment only, if you go, there is a Buddhist place, Nana, and that's where Tibet is a country, and people from Tibet have moved and settled. And one of the places they have settled is here, Nana, and you can see those Buddhist monks also here. The monks in red, ochre, and yellow robes are amongst the many surprises that await to be discovered by the visitors searching for the heart and soul of India right here in Coorg. So those who love nature, those who want to see beauty of India, they visit Coorg. They get to see all these wild animals. Wild elephants walking across, them bathing there, wild animals, beautiful river filled with water, fresh green greenery everywhere, evergreen forest, lot of spice and spice garden, so smell in the air of spices. Somewhere there's a coffee estates and beautiful greenery across everywhere. And then you get to see that island, beautiful island of Nisargadama. And then you get to see these Buddhist monks wearing those red, orange, yellow color kind of saffron, the robes that they wear, dark red kind of robes they wear, because they are from Tibet, Nana. So you get to see them also. So you get everything to see here in Coorg. Beautiful women, wild animals, nature at its best, Nana. That's why it's called Paradise on Earth. Hope you have enjoyed this visit to Coorg, a glimpse into Coorg. And you can read this fact file, Nana, very beautifully. They have told how you can visit Coorg. And I wish those who have not been to Coorg, because I myself have not got a chance to visit Coorg. Very shortly, once we are out of this pandemic, maybe we can visit Coorg and enjoy the beauty there. God bless you all. Take care.